Hello traders, you are welcome back to the Forex Geek channel. Now in this particular video, we are just going to look at the best scalping strategy for small accounts. All right. If you are trading with a limited balance, scalping can be one of the most effective ways to stay active in the markets as long as you have a solid plan. Okay, so now we need to understand the concept of scalping. You need to know what scalping is all about, right? Scalping is a trading style that focuses on small price movements in short periods of time. Okay, so unlike swing trading or day trading, scalping relies on quick entries and exits, often lasting just a few minutes, right? So for traders with small accounts, this can be ideal because it does not require holding positions overnight, and it allows you to focus on short bursts of market activity. Okay, the main reason scalping suits smaller accounts is that it does not require wide stop losses or long holding periods. You are working on shorter time frames like the 1 minute, 5 minute, or 15-minute charts. Okay, and this means you can focus on precise moves without exposing yourself to long-term volatility. Now, another benefit is that smaller accounts can struggle when exposed to extended swings in the market. So scalping removes some of that pressure by keeping trades short and controlled. Okay, so let us quickly break down the actual scalping strategy for small accounts that we want to discuss in this video. You have to start by setting up your charts with two moving averages. All right, so we are going to be using the 9-period exponential moving average. This is going to be our fast moving average, okay? And we are going to be using a slower moving average like the 20-period exponential moving average, okay? So we are using the 9 EMA and the 20 EMA. These EMAs will help you identify the short-term trend direction, okay? The next thing for you to do is to mark out simple support and resistance levels. All right, you want to mark out support and resistance levels on your chart. Remember, these are levels where price got to, and found it difficult to break from, right, or break through, right? So you mark out those areas where you have at least, 2 touches and, a rejection, okay? Okay, you mark out your obvious support and resistance levels. All right. These areas are where price is likely to pause or reverse, and they give you key zones for potential entries and exits. Finally, pay attention to candlestick patterns such as engulfing candles or pin bars. Okay, these patterns can confirm whether price is likely to continue in the direction of the trend or reverse. All right, so here is how you put it together. Yeah, you have to wait for the fast EMA, which is the 9 EMA in this case, right? Wait for the fast EMA to cross above the slow EMA, which is the 20 EMA in this case. In other words, wait for the 9 EMA to cross above the 20 EMA. All right, if you are looking for buy opportunities, or you wait for the 9 EMA to cross below the 20 EMA if you are looking for sell opportunities. Then you confirm your entry near a support or a resistance. All right, a support or a resistance area. Your entry should always align with the short-term momentum, okay? You can just place your stop loss just below the recent low if it is a buy trade, or above the recent high if it is a sell trade, all right? Then your exit can be at the next support or resistance level, or when the candlestick formation suggests that momentum is slowing. All right? Scalping requires focus and discipline. Because trades happen quickly, it is easy to overtrade or enter without proper confirmation. So you have to stick to your rules, avoid chasing the market, and take only the setups that meet your criteria. All right? You can see now this would have been a good entry. We had price got rejected. We had price get rejected around this resistance. We had our bearish crossover around here, right? And you can see that we had a strong bearish candle here. So we'd have considered entering here. Stop loss definitely have to be above this swing high. Then our target, our take profit, we have to be around this next support. All right, so this is just a quick scalping just from here to here, right? Now, one common mistake is using too many indicators. Keep it simple, all right? Moving averages, support and resistance, and candlestick confirmations are enough. Another mistake is ignoring spreads and commissions on small accounts. These costs can add up. So choose your broker and your pairs carefully. You want to use a broker that offers tight spreads and, if possible, no commissions. Tight spreads and zero commissions. All right? And then you have to use currency pairs that also have tight spreads, okay? So you don't want to be scalping on exotic currency pairs on a small account. You want to focus on the major currency pairs, all right? Currency pairs that have the US dollars, and then probably some other pairs, basically pairs that have tight spreads, most especially major currency pairs. And then you can actually try out some minor currency pairs as well. Currency pairs that also include some of the most traded currency pairs in the world. Okay, so to recap, the best scalping strategy for small accounts combines moving averages to show trend direction, support and resistance for entries and exits, and candlestick patterns for confirmation. Keep your trades short, stay disciplined, and avoid overcomplicating your charts. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss future videos on Forex strategies, trading setups, and practical tips. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.